Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. How's everyone doing today? And we're crooked again. How I do this, to figure out every week. Everything looks straight and then all of a sudden everything's all crooked on me. Oh, hopefully I got it straight. Alright. I have another fun fold for you today that I have never made. One of my team members sent me in the direction of this fold. She sent me an email saying she saw this card and she didn't know what I would do with it. So I figured I'd give it a try. Hi Rosie, how are you? I figured I would give it a try and see what I can do. So I'm using set from the excuse me, the annual catalog, Friend Like You. I'm mainly using, well, I'm using some of it, some of the stamps from it. I'm mainly using the sentiment, sorry. And then I'm using the dies, the Friendly Silhouette dies, and I actually use these two. And I'll show you those in a little bit. I already did the cutting and I colored them too because, because I didn't want you to have to sit there. There's a lot of coloring with those flowers. I wanted to color all of them. I didn't want to make it a silhouette. And I also used the Tasteful Labels dies. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to do the card front first, and then I will get to the card part. Card front's really simple. I have a piece of the Artistry Blooms DSP. I believe this is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to adhere it to a Night of Navy mat that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Hi Lori, hi Barbara, thanks for joining. I missed anybody else? Hi Jamie. I'm going to try to read comments, but you all know how I am. I have to go back afterwards. So a little bit, I just wanted just a thin border on it. Okay. And then I already had cut the die. I had 2 of them cut. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use on just a piece of basic white. So I cut both of them and I figured, well, if I don't like the one, I can always use the other. All right. And I am going to stamp Life is So Good with a Friend Like You on the front in Granny Apple Green. And I did just ink my pads. My stamp pads have been so dry. I mean, I was sitting and like really squishing them down and nothing. Now they're nice and juicy. So I got to be careful. Okay, I'm going to stamp it. Try to get to this side. I need to make sure I get this straight as I can at least. Go off to the side a little bit with it because I'm going to stamp the dragonflies. Next to it. Sorry, I was kind of concentrating there. Okay. Yeah, it's nice and juicy now, so that's good. Before you could not even, you could barely see the green. Okay, I'm going to stamp the dragonflies in Night of Navy. I know it's probably going to happen. Summer's going to get here, and then my ink pads are going to be way too inky, or too juicy. All right, and we're just going to put these just like that. Very simple. And then this, I'm gonna, let's give it a second to dry. Pop this up on, actually I think I'm not, yeah, this I am gonna pop up. The card front I'm not gonna pop up. I just want to make sure it's good and dry. Especially now that I got them nice and juicy. How's everybody doing today? It's actually pretty warm here. It was in the 50s today, which is warm for this time of year. Oh, sorry. And then I am gonna add some of the Artistry Blooms sequins, but I'm not going to do those until I adhere this to the card front. I think I got them all. Put this right on the card front. I'm going to try to center it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Thanks, Rosie. That was not planned. It really wasn't. Okay. So now for the card base. I'm trying to keep everything best I can. Okay, this is a piece of thick basic white. It is scored at 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Oh, hope I got that right. Everything's going to be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. But I'm pretty sure it's 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Okay, so we're going to just fold it in half. The cardstock is 5 1/2 by 9 1/2. It's an inch bigger than what you would normally, your normal 8 1/2 by 5. 5 1/2. 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, sorry. Okay, so you're going to fold that like that. And then on the other score line, I don't know if you could see it. I'm trying to, we'll call this the 4 1/4 score line. We're going to fold back. Okay. Give it a good crease. And the same thing on the 5 1/4 score line. We're going to fold it back. So you kind of have, this is how it's going to look. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to open it back up, and we're going to use some tear and tape, and we're going to put it on both sides of the center fold. Keep the tear and tape out because we are going to use that again. All right, give that a good rub, and then we're going to attempt to take it off. Okay. And then we are going to stick these two together. We give it a good rub. We want those to stay together. Okay. now comes the fun part. Where's my... Okay, we are going to start with... Let's see if I get the right pieces now. There's a lot of different pieces here. I'm sorry. I don't have everything right out. Okay, so we are going to adhere. I have another piece of the Artistry Blooms, and I believe this was 5 1/4. Nope, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we're going to adhere that. And actually, I'm going to use liquid glue for these. So I want to make sure these get centered. Okay, and we're going to adhere this. Now, this is actually the inside of, well, it's called an inside-out card. So it's the inside of the card, but it's going to be the outside eventually. Okay, so we're going to adhere that right like that. All right, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to adhere another piece. Same size, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And we're going to adhere that same way in here. And just get that centered there. Then we have a couple more pieces to put up top. These are, I believe it's 3/8 of an inch. Let me just make sure. Yep, 3/8 by 5 3/8. Right, and I think these I'm afraid of making a mess with the glue on these because they're so thin. And we're going to adhere these right on the top there. Okay. Oops. Just had some glue on there. Okay, and we're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Adhere this right to the top. Good thing about that silicone sheet, I love that thing. Put the glue on it and then you just can roll the glue right off. Which came off my fingers that easily. Alright, and we'll do the same thing, centering this up here. Okay, hope that was centered because it went down really fast. Just get that glue off. There's a little extra. Okay. Okay, now, oops, we have a panel. This one is 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. That's going to go right inside. And, and we're just going to stamp this one Happy Day. And actually, I think I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy. Oh, gee, put it down and I couldn't find it. I'm going to stamp this one in Night of Navy. Right toward the top. So I haven't decided if I'm using this as Mother's Day card or birthday card, and that's why I'm kind of leaving it a little vague. I figured Happy Day, and then I can always add the sentiment from there. And I'm just going to decorate, just stamp a little bit of the grass underneath. Just get a piece of scrap paper. And we're just going to stamp this right on either side on the bottom. Okay, put that over there because I may be using that one again, I'm not sure. And then I'm just going to put a couple more of the dragonflies right in the middle. Or off, not in the middle, off to the side a little. Okay, and then this, as soon as it dries, and I just realized that I used the back side of it, so I'm just going to use my bone folder. Those edges bother me. That's what I was thinking. Wait till you see the flowers, Rosie. They're very springy. Okay, we're going to adhere this with some Stampin' Seal. We're just going to put it right in the center here. Just like that. I just want to give it a good rub. Okay. Then on the other side, I lost my other piece. The other side, I'm going to stamp that one. Enjoy the little things. I really like this stamp set. And we're going to try to get that straight. And when you sign the card, you can sign on either side, whichever one you want. We're going to put the palm tree, whoops, stuck together. The palm tree on this one. Get the ink off my block. Yeah, this, I guess I made them a little too juicy. All right, we'll put one on either side also with this. All right. Hi, Amy. No problem. All right, I'm going to try to get these right on. I've had this set for a while. I think I got it right when the catalog came out. But I had never used the palm trees. So last night I was playing around trying to make sure I can get them on right. Didn't want my palm trees falling over completely. Okay. I'm running out of room where to put my stamps. Okay. Let that dry for a second. This one on this side. And again, I'm just going to give it a little rub there. Okay. So this is the side that is going to be out once, when they open it. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining. No worries. So here are, I cut 2 of the flowers, and then I already glued these together. The they called? Cattails. Okay, so what we're going to do is this one here. I actually have to use liquid glue for this because it's a lot thinner than I expected. And we're just going to put a little bit of liquid glue just along the bottom here. And I cut these out, and then I cut them down to, I believe I cut them down to 5¼ inches. So then what I did is on both of the flower, each one had a flower cut off, so I just stuck the flower in here. I don't even know where I put it. Oh, I think it's this one here was on the end, and I just put it in. So this is going to get glued to the top, to the top of that. A little bit of glue on the end there. Okay, so that'll get glued on that side. And this one, the glue is going to go on the front. Flip it over and just adhere it same way. And you do want the back there. This is, like I said, I was playing around with it, trying to figure out how to have it face the other way, but with this die that I used, it wasn't working. So, what we're going to do, we have to put the front on it yet. What this is they'll get a card, and then when they open it up, whoops, I was out of the camera, I'm sorry. This will be the card. I'm going to put the front here, and when they open it up, and this is how it'll stand. It'll stand like this, instead of your normal, the card like this, if this is the card front. The card front will move to the inside, and these will pop up on the top. So let me make sure I get this right. Okay, so this is where the card front, that's why I didn't want to put the card front on. Whoops, I'm supposed to do that. I'll wait till I'm done. I didn't want to put the card front on until I made sure of which side was going to flip open. So this, actually, see if I could do this without messing anything up. So this one will, actually it's not all that thick, but it will take the extra postage. There. So normally somebody gets a card, they put it like this, but this one, I'm just going to put like a little post-it note saying, turn me inside out, and it'll sit like that. The flowers are all, it's a nice full little spring garden on the top. All right, I'm just going to put a couple of the adhesive back sequins on. And then I'm going to do the envelope and we'll be done. So it's really a pretty quick card. Especially once you get the folds done. It goes pretty quick. Okay, and I'm actually going to put a couple sequins on the inside too. Why not? It's thick enough that it's not going to, and these are fairly flat, so just put one on either side. Okay, and then I do have, for the outside, I made a little bow ahead of time, just to put just in the corner. I'm trying to see where it's going to go. just put it right down here in the corner. Just like that, and I'll trim the tails. I don't want to trim the tails too much. Okay. Those out of the way. Do the envelope and we'll be done. So I have another piece of the Artistry Blooms. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Lori. It's very different. The woman that did it, I want to say her name was Valerie Ann. I cannot remember. She had some kind of a butterfly die that popped up. I was trying to figure out, I was going to use the happy and then put birthday underneath. I was playing around with all different things yesterday, trying to decide which ones what I wanted to put. And then I stumbled across this one, and I said, you know what, I'm going to use the flowers, something very springy. But it was different. Like I said, whoever I do send this to, I will have to put a little post-it note that says turn me inside out, because I don't know if people would just automatically know that. Like I said, one of my team members, Susan, she sent me an email saying she stumbled across this fun fold. So I thought I would give it a try. It really is easy, too. All right, I'm just going to stamp the front. I'm going to I think I'll put the palm tree on the front. And I didn't want to stamp all the flowers or anything. That's grass. Where's my palm tree? Oops, that's ink. And okay, so my palm tree is going to go off this one a little bit. That's okay. There we go. That one there. And I'm just going to put a couple little dragonflies just flying around. All right. And there you have it. One inside-out card. Hope you like it. Hope you'll give it a try. And if you do, I'd love to see what you do with it. Like I said, I thought about putting the happy up there. I'm trying to think. There were a couple others that just were like a flourish to put up there. So I'll have all the directions, directions the best that I can, along with this video on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com, along with all the measurements that you need. It's your basic size card. The only thing is it will take extra postage because of the thickness on the top. And then I plan on being back next week, next Wednesday, same time, around 4 o'clock. And I'll see what I'm going to come up with then. Probably another fun fold. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I appreciate it. And I will see you next week. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.